electricity. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Lawson in at the point guard. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And the wide-open shot from Redick from beyond the arc, and then some.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Lawson kicks to Harden. It's good from long range.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Ball against Lawson. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lawson. And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Impressive fast break there. They did a great job advancing the rock with the pass.
Ball against Lawson. It's Pierce on the wing. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And the basket by Harden.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Now here's Paul. Jordan at the elbow. Back to Paul to end the run. That's good. And so here is Houston. And here's Harden for three. No good.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach.
You know, watching him kind of go through.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, you know, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and four-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. And it's Aldridge in at the 5, patrolling the paint. 3-on-3. Unloads from 13. Harden, no good.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
The three-pointer is right on target. Harden's got 8 points.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Paul passes to Aldridge. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Blake Griffin, who's checked in for Smith. Pierce comes in for Lance Stevenson, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Jordan, he's checked in for Cole Aldrich. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. There's a screen by Motiejunas. A shot by Lawson, wide open. Off target from outside. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pierce against Lawson. Here's Griffin, and it's sent back by Howard. Lawson. And we're through.
Hi, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was... That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Motiejunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Lawson in at the 1.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Crawford in for Chris Paul. 13 feet away. And the basket good. Crawford's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Los Angeles. Rockets trail by 3. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Puts it up from 17. And yes, sir, that one drops. 10 points for James Harden.
What a shot over the bigger defender. That could prove to be a massive bucket.
Greg does not get much tougher than that. Tough defense, high pressure situation, clutch play. I love it.
Ariza dishes to Howard. Off the left rim and out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Crawford. And it's sent back by Howard. And Redick kicks to Crawford. The second chance effort. Here's Griffin. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Griffin's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Redick inside the line. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Rockets trail by 4. They've got Chris Paul. Cole Aldrich is out there with Griffin. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Paul outside. Lets it go from the wing. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Kevin McHale address his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it all hype, or will it be reality? We're about to find out, along with the fans in this stadium and the people watching at home.
And you can feel the excitement in here today, guys. I mean, anytime you add a player of his caliber, it is going to be a huge lift for your team.
Here's Beverly. Shot's good.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
The Clippers in the lead. Picked by Griffin. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
What a performance from Harden here. 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And the Clippers making a change here. Redick is checked in.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
Paul against Beverly. Paul passes to Redick. Just 5 to shoot. And here is Brewer. Passes it to Capella. Kicks it to Beverly. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Magic. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now a timeout called by Houston.
They can't guard it.
They're down by 1. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Spacing.
Howard dishes to Lawson. To take the lead, Ariza goes in. It falls!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 1. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion. Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
Now, here's Redick. It's in!
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Harden. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's